Terrance!
Yep.
Terrance!
Yep.
What time is it, Terrance?
Yep. Yep.
Terrance! Where you at? Where you at? There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. All right. Terrance gonna keep on going, ain't you? You're gonna keep on going. You can't stop the beat once you get into it, can you, Terrance? See? I told you, Terrance, still going. Who's here? Terrance, we got the whole crew. We got some heavy duty smokes up in here. Justin Jerram is here. I know we're late. Terrance, we're late, but I'm going to tell them this, Terrance. When we say a certain time, that's like more of a suggested time, isn't it? when I say, because I put on my community page, I was like, me and Terrance going to be on tonight at so-and-so time. Join us. But I should also warn them that's like a suggested time, because we're never on time.
Right. I mean, it varies. Sometimes it's on time. Sometimes it's earlier. Sometimes it's 10, 20 minutes after,
Terrance,
so.
We have never been earlier. Who you trying to kid, Terrance? Who you trying to kid?
What was that one time where we started at 3:29 my time? So 1 minute before.
I don't remember it. I think you making that up. You making that up, ain't you, Terrance?
No, it was really 1 minute before, but it only happened once, though.
Was it like the first time we came on? Maybe it was then. Look who's here. Perry's here, Terrance. Look, Perry's here, saying, "Hey, brother Terrance. Hey, Auntie. Hey, Perry. We got some heavy duty smokes here. Who else is here? Look. Oh, he's just telling Perry hi. He ain't telling us hi. We got some Justin. We're doing good, huh, Justin? So me and Terrance is always late, except the one time. I think part of it though is like we join our call to come on live together, but then we get to talking, right, Terrance? Like we just get to talking, and I was like, we better go live. I was complaining about my kids. But I'm ready to get that out of my mind, and I'm ready to talk about some Gotham. Terrance!
Yep. All right, yeah, go ahead.
All right, before we
lead with your first thought, and then I'll say something.
So that's what I'm gonna say. I want to say, Terrance, let's give before we get into details, I want to give it a grade. A, B, C, D, F. You can do the pluses, the minuses. Like, what is the overall?
I usually go with numbers, but you.
Oh, okay. Like, what numbers? What out of what? Like something out of 10 or 5?
Right. I usually with my grading system, I go 1 being the lowest and then 10 being the highest.
All right, so 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Then we're gonna right now, before we get into details, give last night's episode and season 5. Well, let's first do last night's episode. 1 to 10, Terrance. 1 to 10.
Just the finale, right?
Just the finale. Just the finale.
All right. So on a scale from 1 to 10, I give it like a 6.7 out of 10.
That low, Terrance?
At the highest, I go with a 7. But
look, Terrance. Really, that low? I'm surprised.
But I mean, I gotta explain though, because when it comes to the number ratings, there's different reasons for it, and I feel like a person should always explain.
So are you one of those that never, hardly ever give a 10? So you?
No, I do, but it's very rare. Because
all right, because I'm quick to give a 10. I am quick to give a 10. I would be like, Avengers Endgame, 10. I'm quick to give a 10 on something. So I think I
didn't even give Avengers Endgame 10, but that's a whole other discussion.
Well, all right, we ain't discussing that, but I'm just saying, if I like a movie, I'm like, oh, it's good. I'm a little more lenient on the numbers, Terrance. So I'm going to say...
Well, I mean, did you want to go with grades then? Like, do you feel like
No,
it'll be easier to
I
go?
will give a number. I will give a number. I think last night's episode, I will give out of 10 an 8.5.
Yeah,
8.5. 8.5. I got to put the 0.5 in there, Terrance. I got to put the 0.5.
I got you.
I enjoyed it.
Thing, though. I can see that, though, like, cause see, when it comes to, like, whatever I decide to, give something, whether it be a number or a grade.
Okay.
If I hear someone else's, I can see that.
You
and
understand.
It makes sense, or it would be, I greatly disagree. But I understand your score. But see, it still comes down to why. So you go ahead and go into that. And then.
All right, well, we can start from the beginning, Terrance. We can start from the beginning. I was like, we are finally here. We are finally here. You see Gordon with his little porn stash? You see Gordon with his porn stash? I was like, you see Barbara?
Oh, so you, did I mention that I did enjoy the episode? I feel like that's important.
I feel like you enjoyed it. I think you're just you're a hard critic. You're a hard critic. That's what I took out of it. I know you still enjoyed it. I know you love some Gotham. So yeah, Gordon come out though, his little porn stash. And then Barbara's looking not crazy. Where, she looking, right? She looking like
she likes the red hair. Oh, Amanda.
You know I love me some red hair. I miss it. I got my hair dyed and I miss my red already.
When she had the red long hair, and then I saw her in the same frame as Selena, the thing that came to my mind, Amanda, was a threesome. Like, that was immediate.
I'm going to tell you, Terrance. Selena is hot. I was like, girl!
That's what I said. I'm like, it got to be a threesome. Because before
I was like, girl! No, I would, yeah, no, Barbara was looking good, but I was like, Selena. I was like, girl, it's all about Selena looking hot up in that show. But no, Barbara was looking good with her red hair, looking all set. And then she got I think I'm not attracted because I'm like, she's still crazy. Like, always in my mind, Barbara's going to be crazy. Even if she's acting normal, Barbara's going to be crazy. But she did a good job last night, I think, of still showing her crazy side a little bit.
Right.
Don't you? Like, when she was around Penguin and Enigma, you were still like, oh, she's still crazy. I
agree. Yeah, she was, like, what I saw was, there was still some crazy, but it was toned down. But it's like, to me, I took that as, depending on the circumstances, it can be brought back out, but it's not entirely gone.
Oh yeah. One little snap and she's headed for it. The little girl, they showed the little girl with them, like she was all cute and stuff, that was, but though, so yeah, then scene after that was Selena jumping down, doing her little stealth, like Catwoman moves, always doing that.
I had to rewind that a couple of times because, like, I have a martial arts background and I just love flexible women that can fight. So, like, I must have spent like 10 minutes on that scene. I was like, if I wanted to be unfair, I'd be like, just from that scene, I can give this a 10 out of 10. Yeah. That was all kinds of pleasure for me.
I'm going to tell you, though. Awesome. Oh, look, Perry says he loves all his beautiful family, Auntie Amanda, brothers Terrance, even heavy duty.
Thank you.
All right, now listen. Even after all that, I'm going to tell you one thing I was a little not happy with the episode. I mean, not happy, but it was a little frustrating. Like, I wanted the whole thing. You're like, there's Batman. Here comes Batman. Like, even when she's doing that thing and then she goes to the roof and he's like, put back the diamond. I was like, I want to see Batman. Like, that was the one thing killing me last night.
It's funny that you say that because, in Titans, they have Batman there. And because I watched that and how they handled Batman, like, they kind of would show the cape and then it'd be like a faraway shot or something. And they did the same thing in Gotham. So I was so used to that to where I wanted to see him more, but it wasn't new to me because I had seen it done on a different venue. honestly a little bit better done in Titans, but it still was more the, like, you see the back of him, there's a cape, or you see like the shadow, and you know it's him, but they don't really just let you sit with him like how you would see him in the movies. So I was like, oh, come on, show my boy, stop doing me like this.
Muppets.
Like, I was saying, I was like, Amanda, are you seeing, even though you weren't sitting next to me, I was
you
like,
thinking
man,
about
Amanda,
me? Was you like?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, I'm telling you, it was that one time I was like, Amanda, you see how they... Oh, never mind.
Uh-oh, you're cutting out. Terrance, you're cutting out. I can't hear you. The sound.
Wait, can you hear me?
Oh, there, I hear you. All right, now I hear you. I don't know why it was going on.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I was just like, yeah, but never mind. I talking to myself.
Muppet said, I liked the episode. Definitely could have been more grander and more epic. So I'm gonna tell you a part I didn't like. And my boy Doughboy ain't here. He ain't here right now, but he commented earlier on when I announced that we're coming on this time to talk about Gotham, and I had to agree with him. He was like, because I posted a picture up of like the Penguin and Enigma, right? And that was cool seeing Penguin in his purple suit and his little monocle.
Monocle, and he had the top hat. Yeah, that was awesome.
So and then you see Enigma, and he comes out in his green and everything. So like just seeing them was amazing. But
right.
I felt like they never wrapped up their storyline, maybe a little bit. Like it was still just kind of, I don't know. I just felt like that part was like, it didn't like hit me, like I wanted to see I just want to see every little part they showed just epic, because this is the last time we're seeing them. And
that is exactly why, like, I docked it a few points, even though I enjoyed it, was because to me, I'm like, there should have been like another 2 seasons. Like I saw where it should have been able to continue.
Oh, I know. Like, another thing Doughboy said, he was like, I hope they bring this to Netflix. I was like, well, if anything, they'd probably bring it to like DC, right? The DC streaming universe, if anything. But I doubt it would be. But I agree. I'm like, to me, I'm just like, oh, now it's just getting good. Like it's getting not just good. I think it was good the whole time, but you're like, now it's getting.
Because in my own personal review, I said like, this is fun and it's awesome and I enjoyed it, but it's like, as a series finale, it just felt like something was supposed to come after.
Yeah.
So that's why, I was analyzing it deeply on that factor alone. Because if it was just another episode and then we knew there was more, then I would have increased the rating, because it's like, well, this is not the last one.
Or Terrance. I was thinking, and Doughboy said it too. They rushed it. I agree with Doughboy. They rushed it, but I feel like this season they could have not did with some stuff. Like, I don't care about Gordon and getting married, and they could have not did with that. They could have not did with some stuff and gave me more of the ending. You know what I mean?
See, that's the problem though, because when a show gets the axe, depending on when and where it gets the axe, like, if they have already shot most of it, they can't do anything.
Yeah.
But the best time to get the axe is when you haven't done anything, and then you have time to work on it, so you can get rid of certain things, because they worked on that as if they were going to continue, but then it was really like the last 2 where they were like, oh, well, we can at least tweak the last 2 in a way that it wouldn't have been. So you can tell that the writers had to go, okay, well, we got to fit something in, because we only have 2.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to put some kind of time jump, because we didn't have the entire season to do this. So I think it would have been different if they would have had more time. Like given ahead of time.
Muppets didn't like how they aged Jim and Harvey. He was like, they could have done a better job aging them, needing them a few more grays. I guess. Like I was like, they just trying to. Harvey looked like
it's only 10 years.
Harvey looked the same to me. Harvey looked the same, but whatever. Like, it didn't bother me. And then they made Jim have the little porn stash. I was like, so they trying to show that he's changed. He got a little porn.
That's how he looks. He has that in the comics.
I know. So, but they gave it to him, right?
10-year jump.
They finally gave him his stash.
Yeah, I'm like, it's only a 10-year jump. It's enough to where someone like, maybe they're taller, maybe they're fatter, their hair is longer. If it's a guy, maybe.
But Harvey was already looking bad. You can't make Harvey look worse. Harvey was already looking bad.
Right, but and then also, like, some people, they don't necessarily age the same way as others. So I'm just like, with 10 years, if they made, like, a character more or less look the same with a slight adjustment, I'm like, well, that matches what you would get in real life anyway. Because I know some people, they still look the same. That includes me.
That's true.
Like, look, Amanda, if I show you younger pictures of me, like, my face still looks the same, except, it's less hairy, and then my body is, different shapes and stuff in terms of, like, I'm either, like, really skinny or really buff, like, but my face is still the same.
Yeah.
Like, if they try to do, like, a 10-year jump with me, you're like, all he did was just grow out the beard, but, like,
that's
like,
true. Look, I'm like, well, I age well. Like, you wouldn't think I'm 42. So, like, they don't have to look, however. What?
42.
I'm 42.
Oh. See, I thought at the most, I would say, like, late 30s at the most, but I couldn't really place it. Like, I wasn't thinking about it.
I'm 42. But I don't look it, and I don't act it, and that's what keeps you young. So, that's a lesson's advice to y'all. All right. Any complaints, though, I'm going to tell you, Terrance. Any little complaints I have about last night. I'm going to tell you one thing right now, Terrance. You ready for this?
Yeah.
There is no better villain in any Marvel, any DC, anywhere. There is no, if you want to put a definition of a villain up in the dictionary, right, Terrance? Up in the dictionary, we're gonna say villain and put a definition and picture next to it. You can't ever convince me they ain't better. No one better than the Joker.
Yeah, the Joker is he's definitely up there.
He is the definition of a villain. Like, he's crazy, and what he did last night, Terrance, what he did last night, he was pretending to be brain dead, right? He was pretending to be brain dead. He was sitting up in that chair and they were stabbing him. He was not moving. Crazy. That you got to be some kind of crazy.
Because, like, I've been in an institution and I've seen someone like that, except that they didn't choose it. They just kind of slipped into it, and they can't just come out of it whenever they want. And like how you saw with Jeremiah. So to be able to stay in a vegetative state for a decade,
that's crazy.
That takes more discipline and willpower.
That's like Mr. Glass crazy too. Like that I was like, he's doing like a Mr. Glass.
Right, except in the case of Mr. Glass, like, he was actually moving around low key.
Yeah. You're right.
But in that same vein though, so it does make sense that you mentioned it. But I mean, just to sit there though, and you're just not functioning, I'm like, that's incredible. Because if you talk to most humans, when they tell you that they're doing something, they'll say, oh yeah, I've been doing it 2 years or this or that. Uh-huh. Very few will tell you that they've been doing something. Like, if you cut out school from the equation, like standard school, not like college or anything special, like, they're not going to often tell you, I've been doing something for 10 years. That's a long time to do anything outside of what you generally have to do. So, especially something like that, I was like, that's impressive. I like that a lot.
They ain't no better villain. And but one thing I did you like this look of the Joker? Like, he had no hairs.
I liked it. I thought it was interesting. I'm like, oh, like,
it is.
That reminds me of certain Batman comics when he would get acid or he gets sprayed on him.
But I never liked that version. I never liked that version of the Joker. Because it scares me. I get scared easy. What?
Well, we can't have that, Amanda. We supposed to watch the horror movies, man.
No, I don't like scary. Doughboy, don't play. Doughboy, don't you play. Your Gotham season 6. Don't play, Doughboy. I see why I don't believe you, Doughboy, because if anybody picked, it wouldn't be on Hulu or Netflix. DC, it would be on the DC streaming universe. So right there, strike number 1, Doughboy.
Yeah, that's come on, Doughboy, that's a fail. But yeah, yeah, he looked like a golem, kind of.
Oh like yeah, he did. He was just like
Lord of the Rings.
I know, like my precious.
Yeah.
Precious. Oh, don't scare me, Terrance! Don't scare me. I'm gonna have nightmares. Don't do that. But yeah, and then when then Harley Quinn went up in there, right? And
oh, that was awesome. Like when she was like, "Yep, the plans went blastos or whatever she said," and then he just like grabbed her. She's like, "Oh!" Yeah.
And then after that, who stabbed? Who was she getting a fight with? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, she was with Barbara, and then Barbara.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then her and fight because the Joker had the girl, the little baby or the little kid.
I just like how we got to break that down because that was actually funny to me because it was like first you had Barbara with Echo and then Echo had her, and then you see Barbara stab Echo and then she's like, "Oh," and then Jeremiah's like, "Wait, what happened? Did you get stabbed or shot or?" And then Barbara's daughter comes over and she's like hitting Jeremiah and he's like,
I know.
Rick, come here, get off of me. He's like, "This is adorable, but you're going to stop doing this right now because I got to punish your mom."
And then he's just going to be like, just killed that girl. He's like, "Oh, you stabbed? Shot."
Now, see, I thought I was under the impression yeah, she probably would have died because she got hit in that spot where if you don't get help very soon, you're going to bleed out. So it's like, I took it as him like, "Man, you're wounded. You may not make it. You were very exceptional, and man, oh well, it's more fish in the sea." No.
What did Doughboy say? Was there that early version of the Batman suit?
Yes, it was.
Shorty, look, Terrance like, yep.
Because I know, it was one of those. Because if I think about it, he has more than 60 different suits. Mm-hmm. But in terms of the beginning ones, he has maybe about 5 in different phases before he gets to that main one. So I would probably say that was suit number 3 to 4-ish before he gets to that main one. There'd be one more and then another one.
I feel like what's good about this Gotham series is they really have stayed true to comic book stuff, like to the suits and the characters. I think out of this series, I feel like the writers and all have done their research well.
Yeah, especially with the villains, because you remember before you started watching it, Amanda, how much was I telling you about how the villains were on point, and not just one, but all of them.
I know.
It was right? I was telling you, I was like, remember you were talking about Penguin and this and that? I was like, Amanda, I'm like, I don't care which villain you like, whoever it is, they are on Gotham, and you're going to like whatever they did with whoever.
And it's a villain for everybody. A villain for everybody, because my favorites, I was like, number 1 always will be Joker. And yes, Perry, look, they know Perry talked about how I met the real life the guy, that Cameron guy, when I was at Star Wars Celebration. So even right then, I even have an extra special place for that Joker. But even before I met him, I was like, the Joker, number 1. Then you got the Penguin. The Penguin's amazing. But there was a villain for everybody. Because I was talking to somebody today, and they was talking about they're like, I wish I got to see more Mad Hatter. So everybody had a favorite in there, I feel like.
And you know what? See, I like how you said everyone has a favorite, because with me, because I like all of them, literally each episode was a treat for me. I
think Bane was your favorite.
There's difference between, because if you have someone that, may like 1 or 2, if that character doesn't show up, they may not be as interested, right?
Yeah.
But if you have someone like me that likes them all, I'm always interested, no matter what you do. And depending, I'm like, I want more of that. I'm like, give me more of that. But in the meantime, if I'm not seeing him or her, I got this one.
Yeah.
So I'm still happy, you know, so.
But come on, Terrance. You know, you have an extra little special something for Bane. You know you love you some Bane.
Bane and Joker would be like in my top 5 Batman villains because I also like Mr. Freeze a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like Bane, Joker, Mr. Freeze, I like Two-Face. And then my number 5 would probably be...
You're doing 5. I was only giving like 2.
I do like Poison Ivy, but I also like Harley Quinn. So there's like the number 5 spot can be a toss up between everyone else, but those would be like my main ones that I really, really like.
Hi, Tejas. Did I say that right? Tejas from India. Somebody up here. Hey, Tejas from India.
Yep. How you doing? But yeah, like, I mean, even with you, Amanda, you know, no matter who you say that you like, I'm like, yeah, I like that person too. That's
I think
just me being
mine
honest.
is probably Joker. I love Catwoman.
Yeah.
The Penguin. And
I gotta say something about Catwoman.
Okay, all right, let's hear it.
I, like, growing up reading about her, like, I was never, like, the biggest fan of her. Like, I didn't care for her that much. And it wasn't until when I saw Anne Hathaway play her in The Dark Knight Rises when I liked her character in the context of the movie.
You didn't like Michelle Pfeiffer? You didn't like Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman?
Like Michelle Pfeiffer, like, here's the thing with Michelle Pfeiffer. When she played Catwoman, it was more like I liked her versus the character, because with her, it was just, I was only thinking about, you know, sexual thoughts. With Anne Hathaway, I was more so focused on the character itself because of how she was presented. So it was really Anne Hathaway where I was like, in the context of this movie, she's cool. And it was the same thing with like various comics that I would read. It was all about how can you get me to like her in the context of this story? Because outside of particular stories and representation on any kind of screen, big or small, like, I'm not really the biggest fan. Like, I don't hate her, but I think if you utilize it the right way, I can like her. So I just wanted to say that.
I get it. But you made me forget what I was going to say, Terrance.
So you said Joker.
When you said something about Catwoman and talking about Anne Hathaway, I thought though you was going to say about Catwoman and Selena last night in the show. Because you know, Terrance, that was the saddest. I was just like, oh. Terrance didn't.
Wait. Why were you sad?
Because he left her. And she was up on there telling them, you left me. Remember that?
Okay, like, I was just like, look, Selena, I know that you're fine and everything, but that don't give you the right to try to tug at my heartstrings. Because number one, it's not going to work. Number two,
listen,
Batman.
She loved Batman. That Batman, like Terrance, she would have done anything for Batman. She would have done anything for Bruce.
He's trying to save the city.
She would have done anything for Bruce. And
she still would do anything for him. You saw the look in her eye, let me tell you the scenario, man. This is how it went. She was like, Bruce, how could you leave me? We had so much going. I turned to the dark side because you abandoned me. You abandoned Alfred. You abandoned all of us. And then he was like, Selena, it doesn't matter. I have to protect this city. You are a distraction. That ass is too far. I'm Batman. And then he just jumped off the roof. That's how it was, man.
Put back the diamond.
Yeah, that was Amanda. That was legit though. That line, just like put back the diamond.
I was like,
He just like had to say that before he jumped off, Amanda. Like
I was like, oh. I wanted
then
to
of course
see
she
more of him
smiled and
last
she was
night. Like that whole scene when he came in, that was that was crazy. Like he came in and like with the Joker, that Joker scene when the Joker had the daughter. Oh Lord, did the daughter over the acid? Oh,
I was happy, Amanda. You weren't happy?
no, I was nervous. Maybe I was like, don't drop her.
No, I was happy. I was like, you gonna drop her, Jeremiah.
No.
I know she ain't supposed to die, but I was like, Jeremiah, you know it. You gotta drop her, because Gordon, that would shatter his heart. He talking about he gonna quit being a cop. We know he gonna be a cop again instead of the commissioner, but if you drop that daughter in that beautiful, brightly lit green toxic chemicals,
I couldn't do it.
It will shatter his soul, and then it just be the end of Jim.
Terrance,
I was like, if you're trying to break him, tonight is the night. You better do it before Batman flips through the window and kicks you into the acid again.
That's why, but he's heartless. Like Joker, that's why he's like, he don't care. Like he's the most evil, just perfect villain ever was. He is. You can't convince me he's not.
Just like, man, I was just like added in just various dialogue scenes, like, well, Jim, if I, grab your daughter and just toss her into the chemicals, you'll better understand why I had to convince you to stay in Gotham. I mean, I already lost Bruce. I can't lose you too. And he just drops her in there like that'd have been so cool.
You always want to see stuff like that happen. You always want the villains to win, Terrance. You always want the villains to win. But then, I'm telling you, Terrance, like, and when Batman came out, and he did that, he went, shh, that thing, the batarang, you know what I mean, hit him, and he was just like, yep. I was like, oh, Batman's here! Oh, Batman's here!
When that batarang went in his hand, he was like, he just starts laughing. He just like hit him and then he fell over. I was like, yep. I'm like, how you, like, he went from like shocked to entertained to get knocked out, like all within the span of 5 seconds. He experienced more emotions in 5 seconds than the average person does an entire week, Amanda. Like, it just was that fast.
Matthew Lee. He said he loved last night's finale of Gotham. It was awesome, and it was like, and even that scene. And then they don't like. Does Jim now know like that he's a Batman? Like they had that little light out, right?
He at this point he's excuse me, he's still in the process of like, okay, like he seems to be a friend kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because, Bruce does reveal to him later that he's Batman. But for the time being, it's more of like, Gordon's like, I have a good feeling about him. So when Bruce does reveal it, even though he's shocked, he's like, this makes sense. Now I know why I had a good feeling without really knowing why I had a good feeling. So
it was, I enjoyed it too, Matthew Lee. I liked it. I mean, there was, I think one thing like want me even to score it a little low, because I'm just sad. I'm just like, the very last scene, he's gonna come out up in his suit, and then up on the roof, you see him, and then it's over. Like, I want to know now, like, where's he going? I'm like, what's Alfred say?
Yeah, you didn't see me last night, Amanda. Like, first of all, when it got to the thing when it showed Alfred and Jim and Harvey when they were looking up, like, I knew it was gonna get to Batman, and then I saw his boots, right? And then I got to the part where it showed his waist and then it showed his chest. And I paused it and I went on top of my roof and I was just...
You did not!
Standing there, Amanda, and the street light was on me and it just...
Did you have your cape? Terrance, you had your cape on?
Well, I had like a blanket and my underwear because I didn't really have a cape. And then I just had the music.
Did you have your socks pulled up? Did you have your socks pulled up, Terrance?
No, I didn't even have no socks on.
You didn't have no socks, Terrance. You better you're gonna get worms.
All I had was my underwear and a blanket as
That's
my cape. I didn't even have a mask. Like, it's like I wanted my streets to know that it was me. Like, it just, and then after that, I jumped down and I almost snapped my neck, but I was fine though. And then I went back inside and played it.
Okay.
And then I stood up and then my blanket was blowing in the wind. It wasn't really the wind. Like, I turned on the fan to create the effects of the wind. I was standing. I was like, yep.
You was like Terrance. You was like Spider-Verse. They were like with Spider Noir. Like, we're in the basement inside. How is the wind blowing on you? That's what people were saying. Terrance was going around his house like that.
Very high, Amanda. Not high, very high. Like, because if you put it on high, you'll just get the little. I want it to be flapping.
Terrance, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I did the exact same thing. But the only difference, Terrance, is I wore some socks because it's chilly out there.
Yeah, it was kind of cold, but I just thought it was because I was gaining more power. But then I was telling me, like, you're not gaining more power. You're freezing to death. Get inside. Like, you forgot. My brain was like, did you forget that your boy has a whole suit and you out here in just the underwear with a little blanket?
And Dwayne's got some money. That's a thermo. Like, that's one of those suits the surfers wear or the divers wear to keep them warm when that's a warm suit.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, Terrance, after I went back and played that part, him on the roof and just with his bats, with his wing, and all that, then I took my blanket and I was depressed. Terrance, I was depressed because it's
over. Hold up. Like, I almost forgot, like, hold on, I gotta do the whole thing now. Hold on. It was just, to me, it was classic 101 Penguin and Riddler, that one scene near the end, Amanda, when they broke out of the truck, remember? When they was getting taken back to Arkham. And then he was just like, yep, Oswald, we made it. He's like, yep, Nigma, we made it. He's like, you know what we're gonna do? Yeah, we gonna take out that guy that looks like a bat. He think it's cute running around dressed like a bat. Well, this city belongs to us. And then they just see him just right to one roof to another, and they're just like, we gonna stop him tomorrow. That's when we'll stop him tomorrow. And then Riddler's like, tomorrow it is. It was like, that reaction was so perfect, because I'm like, even when I saw that huge black figure jump across, you're like, yeah, we're not ready for that. It's time to leave. Like, we're not ready.
But Terrance, I'm gonna miss them. I feel like a part of.
I am too.
I'm gonna miss them.
Okay, I feel worse than you, because you got to think of it from my perspective. Number one, like, first of all, you got to factor in, that's my favorite superhero right there.
Right, I know.
Even though I didn't get a lot of it, it's just, I appreciate anything surrounding him, his villains, Alfred, whatever, as long as it's done right. So you got that, and then you factor in the final episode, and I was like, man, it feels like it should be more. Like, this don't feel like a series finale. It feel like another episode that they had to say was a series finale. They was forced into it, and then you got to factor in how I was just already dealing with a lot of pain. Because remember all those times that you betrayed me and stuff, and I couldn't take it. My heart, like, I was holding out.
Plus, on top of it, Terrance, you've been invested in this show from the beginning. I came on. I love Batman and all that, but I came on late last year and binged all the episodes. So they haven't been around in my life as long. This is 5 years of your life, right? You've been invested in this show. So on top
5, because even though season 5 was 12, you factor in that 4 seasons were 22 episodes apiece.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then, like, regardless of for me, like, I enjoy everything for different reasons. Mm-hmm. Some less than others, but there's like a ranking factor, but still, there's still a certain appreciation. But even if someone, didn't like one of the seasons, you still have 4 out of the 5 which is a great score.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually with shows, when there are multiple seasons, there's always going to be like a season that you may not like as much. But as long as you like the majority, then it's not considered a waste of your time,
Yeah.
you know? Versus somebody that they hated all the seasons except for like one episode. I'm like, well, that must suck right there. Like, you didn't get nothing out of this show. Like, nothing. But like, well, I like that one episode. I'm like, you see how you said that? You said you liked that one episode. I'm like, let's see. That's nothing. Like, that's not even a full movie. That's like only 40 minutes out of the 5 years. I'm like, dang.
Matthew Lee, I know. That's how we all felt. We got excited by that shot of Batman being on the roof looking down on Gotham and Jim, Alfred, Harvey. It was sad but perfect. I know. I'm with you.
Yep. I think one of my neighbors, like, I woke up one of my neighbors because I saw the lights come on, because on my block, when people wake up, for some reason, it's like you'll see a light come on the window, and it's like, I've noticed this one time, Amanda. It'll be a loud sound. You'll see one window will light up, meaning somebody turned the light on in that room. And then before you know it, a bunch of lights are on in different windows. So when I was just on the roof, like, I am vengeance. I am night. I am Batman. Like, it just, all the lights turned on. They were like, shut up down there. I was like, sorry.
No boy said, I'm Batman. No boy even with you. Matthew said,
like, man, Amanda, that was, they, you know, see, humans be rude. Like, after I said my speech, they're supposed to be clapping like, instead they were like, shut up down there. I was like, see, that's okay. You're gonna remember, you're gonna regret that when somebody break into your house. See, I could have saved you, but.
I would have cheered for you. I would have been like, woo, go Terrance! I would have been down there cheering for you, Terrance. I'm just saying, I'm that kind. What time of night though you was doing this? What time?
Oh, it's pretty early. It was like 1 a.m, but you know.
Terrance, no, I'm be yelling then, Terrance. No, I gotta get my sleep. Terrance, you want to go up on the roof and doing that stuff? You gotta do it early in the night. Don't be waking me up, Terrance. You want me to cheer for you? You gotta be doing it early in the night.
But see, I was watching it at night, and it was just a natural instinct. So, yeah.
Look, Doughboy's gonna build the Batman symbol light for you. He's gonna get look.
You know what you gotta do, Doughboy, right? You gotta put that T in the sky, though, for Terrance.
Oh, for Terrance! And then this is gonna be it. We're gonna be like, after you're done, you always have to be like, Terrance out. You gotta do it. If you're gonna do the T, you're gonna be like, Terrance out.
Man, you know what? It's funny that you say that you said that, because it was about 7 years ago when I was talking to some friends and we were talking about what would happen if, you know, we were to become superheroes or whatever. And then, you know, the Terrance out was a smaller thing than it is today. But it was just like, yeah, like what I'm going to do is I'm going to beat up the criminals and then I'm going to leave them for the cops. And then they're going to be looking around like, man, who stopped them? We haven't been able to stop these criminals in like 10 years.
See?
It's like, I'm Terrance out. And it's just like, I'll just flip off the roof and stuff. Like, and
hey, Terrance Star. Terrance Star from the Netherlands. Hey, Terrance Star.
Hey, yep, how you doing?
Now, Terrance.
Yeah, Amanda, like, for some reason, my friend was like, when you flip off the building, there has to be an explosion. I'm like, why is there a random explosion? Is this like directed by Michael Bay? Because like, I'm just like, hold up, I'm flipping off the roof. There's no explosions in sight. And it's like every time I say like Terrance out or I'm Terrance, and then it's just an explosion. It's like, what if there were people in that building? They just died, Amanda.
And that won't be realistic. You got to make it some kind of realistic, right? You're going to have when you're flipping off a building, there ain't going to be explosions all the time. So they're going to have to make it realistic. You tell your friend, because that's just ridiculous.
Amanda, imagine that you tell me like you're like near me, like a couple houses down or whatever. You're like, Terrance, I'm trying to sleep, and then of course if I'm like Terrance out, and then it's an explosion on top of it. No. Oh,
Doughboy wants to know if you got a Batmobile.
You know what? I used to, Doughboy. And you want to know what happened to it? I got into a very terrible car accident with a diesel truck that hit me in a head-on collision.
Batmobile's supposed to shred right through that. What?
Right.
What kind of lemon Batmobile did you get, Terrance? If it got crashed out, Batmobile should be surviving that.
You're right, but see, like what happened was, like I had a 2007 Honda Accord with the V6 engine, leather seats, and navigational system, and I was in the process of updating the armor, but then the truck was like, man, he's gonna be beast by next week. Well, time to take him out.
Oh. I never liked truckers. I never like them. They jealous. They jelly. Their stuff can't go that fast being the Batmobile.
Check this out. Like, my friend was with me, and, like, we were, like, on a bridge to where it was, like, I saved us from going off the bridge, because if I would have went over, we would have dropped far, and the car would have probably exploded upon hitting the ground. And then if not, we would have died instantly. So I saved us from that, only to get hit by a truck instead that almost killed us both. So I avoided a crazy, dangerous situation to immediately get into another one right after.
Doughboy, why are you trying to be the villain up in this scenario? Doughboy talking about he's going to put some green hairs and paint his face like the Joker. Doughboy.
Doughboy, you want to put that out? Okay. I beat you to it.
Doughboy, have you ever seen Terrance Hulk weightlifting videos? Doughboy, you don't know who you're messing with over there with he pumping the irons and stuff. Oh, I've seen Terrance video pumping the irons. Doughboy, you better be careful.
Hey, what? Amanda knows. That's why, like I'm the bodyguard.
That's how our friendship began. He was my bodyguard. Hey, Harshada Kadam. Hey, Harshada.
But yeah, Doughboy, I back in 2008 when The Dark Knight came out, when my hair was longer, when I had a bigger afro, I straightened my hair. And when it's straight, but like at that length, it was like past my ears.
What?
And I actually bleached my hair first, and then I dyed it green, and then I painted my face, and I went to The Dark Knight like that.
You did not.
So I beat you to it by literally being the Joker in real life with the car.
You got pictures of this, Terrance?
I don't.
I don't believe it, Terrance. I don't believe it.
I'm telling you, like that was real. Like that's real. I swear, Amanda, 100%.
If you're gonna go to Terrance, this is what I have a question. You're gonna go to all that trouble. That's a lot of processing, right? That's a lot of you got to straighten and you got to do this and that. You're gonna go to all that trouble, Terrance, and not take a picture, Terrance. I went to Monday, Terrance. I went to the Avengers Endgame red carpet, Terrance. I went to the red carpet, and there was work that went into my look that night. There was work. I had blue glitter lip, like the glitter lips, my lips, they were blue and glitter. There was definitely work.
Like how long would you say, like,
what?
For your, cause you said a lot of work, like how long would you say it took you to get into everything?
Maybe like 3 hours.
Okay.
But I was slowly, I would like take my shower and start my hair. Like I didn't rush, I was taking my time. I had like 3 hours to get ready. So I was doing my hair and I was putting on, cause the those glitter lips was long. It was a long process, right? You had to keep applying until it like all filled in. But it took a while, and then had my look, just everything, right? It was a few, maybe 2.5 hours, maybe 2.5.
Oh, so you missed all those days. Like at one point, I had my hair gold and spiky, and I had it silver, I had it green.
But like listen, Terrance, this is my point though. 2.5 hours. Like if you took your hair longer to do all that, it took me 2.5 hours to get all ready. You better believe, Terrance, I got pictures from every angle of myself. I got selfies and this angle and this pose, and I was taking the pictures, Terrance. And that was only 2.5 hours of prepping. And then you're going to do all this stuff, Terrance, and not take one single picture?
I like my friends, like, cause depending on the friends, like some of them were around me when I was doing it, and then other ones were like, "You used to do all that?" Like I used to, like on just a random Tuesday, Amanda, I would like paint my face, and I wouldn't be going to no event or anything. It was just cause I felt like doing it. So like you could just catch me looking like any random character just on a Tuesday for no reason. Like so, I used to do that kind of stuff a lot. So, and I never did any like videos or took any pictures. I just did it just to do it.
I'm disappointed. You have nothing to show me. You don't think I would have wanted to saw that, Terrance? You don't think I would have what? You don't, when that happened.
Do you know how fast I would have showed it to you? Like that would have been immediate. Like you gotta see all this.
Consideration is when you think ahead, Terrance. Consideration is when you think ahead.
But I didn't know you better.
That ain't no excuse, Terrance. That ain't no excuse. That ain't no excuse. All right, Matthew Lee, what is your guys' favorite Batman movie? Not Dark Knight. That's not mine.
Now, I need you to clarify this because this is very important. There are more than 15 Batman movies, which also include the animated films, which are still movies.
You know I don't count those. You know I don't count those.
I know. But if his question is the best one, there are plenty of animated ones that are better than those.
We're not talking about animated. No animation in this conversation.
And then if it's limited to live action, it would have to be The Dark Knight. I mean, that's just it would have to.
Why does everybody love that one?
Because, like, first of all, like that movie has one of the best performances ever from Heath Ledger's Joker. Like, I'm like, that alone is enough, and that's not even counting the story.
I mean, dialogue. It was alright.
I was just like, King.
It was alright to me, but I wasn't like captivated.
I got you. You were one of the very few where some of us, we just were driving in our car like, we're playing the music, the Dark Knight soundtrack. Oh man, the soundtrack too. And then all of a sudden somebody like, I didn't really care for that one. Like, we just stopped the car like...
That's how you crashed your Batmobile. Don't try to blame it on the semi. Don't try to blame it on the semi, Terrance. That's how that crashed.
But man, that's situation.
Doughboy, Doughboy, I'm with you. Like, I'm an OG. Probably because I'm older. Probably because me and Doughboy, you my age? Because when you go with the OG, like when I first saw the first Batman movie, Michael Keaton, and you got to think there wasn't never really like Batman movies before that, right? That's like the OG one.
There were,
but they don't count. They don't count.
Adam West did a few, and then before
Adam West, but that was like.
But even before him, they had Batman movies that were in black and white with Robin too. Like it was all there.
We don't count those.
Like that was the thing.
That's too old.
I know, but because you mentioned your age, but even though I'm 30 years old, like I've seen all of that.
I'm sure you have. But you got to think as like a little kid though. Like because when was that? When did that come out? Like in the 80s, right?
80. Wait, you said you saw it when you were a kid, right?
So when was it? 80 what?
89. 1989 is when the Batman with Michael Keaton.
I was like 14.
Okay,
or 13.
See, there you go. Even though I'm younger than you, I saw it younger than that, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I was born in 88, so I was about 2 years old when it was in theaters.
But you've already always had it. Like at 13, I had never seen like a animated like or a live action like Batman like that. You know, to me that one was just like, oh, this is amazing. I've seen Batman and the shows and like that kind of stuff, but like a Batman movie like that. So the OG will always have a special place in my heart as my favorite.
I like how you phrase that. It has a special heart because that lets me know, and it should click with everyone else, that it's hard to debunk that one because of your experience.
It's true. And then the ones even after that, since it still had that same tone with Michael Keaton, like then you just kind of always love that series, right? With Michael Keaton, and when they brought in the, I loved it.
But to be fair though, Amanda, like even though The Dark Knight is my favorite, I still love the ones that you love too.
Oh, I know.
So yeah.
But I do.
Like as long as it's not Batman and Robin, then we good.
But what is the one? What was the one before The Dark Knight? What was that one with Christian Bale?
Oh, you know what? Batman Begins.
I like that one.
Amanda, I'll be honest.
I like that one better than The Dark Knight.
You know what? I feel you on that because that one, because it showed us like Bruce as a kid, because this was before Gotham, right? Because Gotham, we see Bruce growing up the whole way, right? But with the movie, we had 10 minutes of young Bruce, and we never got that, so I like that. And then remember we saw his training with Ra's al Ghul. Remember that, Amanda? Like, I really like that.
Doughboy, you better slow down. Talking about he plays the Dark Knight soundtrack doing 190 on the high. Doughboy, you better slow down.
Oh my God, he's trying to die. He's trying to die.
No boy, crazy!
No boy, is your real name Dominic Toretto from the Fast and the Furious? Because if it's not, you're gonna die doing that. You're gonna die.
All right, Terrance.
You're not even cheating in the movies, right?
What?
Like the Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel. I feel like when he says this, when he's like, "We're family," like after that, that's like the ultimate blessing because you will never die after that. Like it just solidifies immortality right there, Amanda. We're family. Like I'm telling you, I was saying that for so long before that, but then after he said it, it just like it meant the world. Like I felt like I was part of family, and then I suddenly knew how to drive that fast without dying. But then I realized that real life is different because I didn't have no plot armor, so I slowed down. But yeah. But anyway, the point is that when he says it, everything gonna be okay. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Camille? You're talking about Godzilla over there. Come on. All right, so before we talk about anything else, do we have anything else to wrap up with Gotham?
Honestly, I
think we talked about everything.
Well, I mean, there's so much we could cover, but I mean, we would need like 10 hours. But what season was your favorite?
I really like the first two seasons.
Right.
I really like the first two. Maybe like
if you could just pick one, because I feel like that's a loaded question. Because with me, I want to say all.
Which ones weren't my favorite, right? I told you which ones I couldn't get into. Like 3 started losing me, and I didn't really like 4 that much. So 3 and 4, like 3 started losing me, and then 4 I was like I had to struggle through 4.
Right.
So which ones wasn't my favorite.
Oh, and why I like 3 and 4 because of what they did.
What the characters they brought in, which is why the person I was talking to about the Mad Hatter. Remember that was his favorite. Those were some of his favorite seasons because of the villain that was in it. And so the ones with my favorites were like my favorite seasons. But how can you though? The season.
But can we be fair though?
With Halle Berry.
Because you said that, in terms of 3 and 4 being your least favorite, right? Mm-hmm. But within those seasons, didn't you like certain episodes?
Yeah, some stuff. Yeah, no, I didn't hate the whole seasons, but I struggled through them. They were my least favorite. But probably, I'm telling you, the first 2, like when Fish Mahoney was in it, and all those, Terrance, those were some of the.
Jada Pinkett. Okay, Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett.
Oh, I called her Halle Berry. I called her the wrong name. Terrance.
No, it's okay. Yep, that's.
Terrance, do you know what I did on the red carpet? Did I tell you what I did on the red carpet?
No. Whatever.
It just reminded me because I called him the wrong name. I call everybody, Terrance, I call everything the wrong names and the wrong stuff. I get it all mixed up. And I was on the red carpet for Avengers Endgame, and you know what I did, Terrance? I saw Miley Cyrus and her husband, right?
Oh yeah, I watched it. I saw
they came off the car, like they came, I saw them on the, like where I stood was like right when they come off the carpet. Like, so I'm at the very end, when they go like to the theater and then come off the carpet. So I'm like right there and I catch them. I'd be like, and I was like, Miley! Let me get a picture, girl. So me and her got a selfie together, Terrance. I was like, get a picture. We got a picture together. And then her husband's there. And I know because during Avengers Infinity War, I got a picture with Chris Hemsworth, right? I got a picture at the after party with Chris Hemsworth. But then, after I got his picture, there walks by Liam, right? His brother, Liam, right there. And I was like, oh, I missed my opportunity. And I was like, oh, so when I saw him, I knew it was Liam Hemsworth. Like in my mind I knew, but I still called him by the wrong name, Terrance. I was like, Chris, let me get a picture with you. And I knew because he was with Miley. I knew they was together. He's in the Hunger Games.
Was he just like?
No, he was. I don't know if he heard me. I just know, but I didn't only just Chris, let me get a picture, and we got a picture. Then I tweeted it out the wrong name.
Oh my God!
You know how I get stuff mixed up and I get stuff wrong, Terrance. I know in my mind who it was.
Hey, Amanda, you know I mess with you. Everybody makes mistakes. It's fun.
So yeah, I got Jada Pinkett Smith. You're right, Fish Mahoney.
Yeah, she was. I was joking with my friend for years about how at the dinner table. Because you got Jada, you got Willow, you got Will and Jaden, and then you got their oldest son who
Jaden.
He doesn't really do a lot of the
stuff. No, that's just Will Smith's oldest son from another marriage. What's his name?
Right.
Trey.
I think it's Trey.
Look, I got it right.
I think, but it was like me just imagining that they're all at the dinner table. And they're all trying to up each other in terms of talking about their success. And then she's like, well, let me tell you something. I'm on a DC show at nighttime. That's right. That means that I be getting all the adults when the little munchkins are asleep. I'm on this show and people love me and I'm killing it.
You think she beats
out? The penguin is my dog.
You think she beats out Will?
Run it. And I'm like one of the main stars. And then Will's just like, yeah, I got this movie coming out in a year.
What can he say? Terrance, he'd be like, but I'm the genie. Terrance!
Now though, he can definitely. We all know that.
And he was like, even though he was in the superhero movies, he was in the sucky one, Suicide Squad. So that was. I would be like, if I was Jada, I'd be like, oh, you was in Suicide Squad.
If she would have said that, I would have just came in the window. I'm like, first of all, that movie did some things right. So
no, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. No, Terry.
You got to pay us some respect. And Will Smith was good.
Will Smith was the only good thing, maybe. Well, Harley Quinn.
Oh, come on!
I like Harley Quinn a little bit, not a lot. Will Smith was all right. Everything else was sucked.
Why you not gonna mention Amanda Waller, Viola Davis? You're not gonna mention Amanda Waller. You're not gonna mention Rick Flag either.
Not memorable to me. Not memorable.
You're not gonna mention Harley either.
I said Harley. Did you not hear me say Harley?
Wait, did you?
I said Harley.
I guess I was experiencing so much pain that I didn't.
All right. Oh, wait. Matthew said I liked, how Jim was sporting. Oh, we talked about it, how he came out in his little porn stash.
Hey, that's what's up, though. When he walked, because the way his hair is, to me, I was already just like, man, that would be a great porn parody. He just walks in like, Lee, I've been waiting all day. Barbara. And it just would be the best threesome right there in the GCPD on the desk.
Why you gotta get dirty, Terrance? Why you gotta always be thinking that kind of stuff?
Because
do you hear the music in your head too? Do you hear that bone chicken and that? Some kind of little porn music going on with the threesome?
It has to be it has to start off subtle and then after he increases the intensity on both of them, then that's when the music really picks up. Like, I'm telling you, I'll be on point.
All right. We've been on over an hour talking about, hey, Ricky Callie, talking about Gotham, and I mean, it's sad and it's over, but we got to wrap it up too, our Gotham's chats, because you know I got my cooking show, so we got to wrap it up too. We got to wrap it up. What thoughts are we going out on? What are we going to leave? Final thoughts right now?
Overall, like, the series finale, I actually loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, because, see, here's the thing, like, I mean, you know, or at least you have a general understanding that, you know, regardless of what I, you know, give something, like grade-wise or number-wise, you know, I always clarify why it's that and if I enjoyed it or not, which is the most important thing, if I enjoyed it, right? Which I did, and then with the series overall, I love it. Like, they did so many things right to where any kind of negative that, you know, someone may be able to point out, I'm like, well, that doesn't matter because they did so many things. And, like, the casting for each villain and every other character was spot on to me. I'm like, how you find all the right people like that?
It's true. That I can never disagree with. I can never disagree with that. It's true. Like, the character, perfect. Like, I'm thinking of every one, and I'm just like, I couldn't see it done better.
Yeah, it's like, because when someone says, what is a good character study of a show or movie, you have to mention Gotham for no other reason than that. You have to.
I agree. That's why even Doughboy was like, Bruce from Gotham should play Batman on the big screen, and they're looking for like the next Batman, right? And I could back that. I could back that.
You know what, Doughboy? They don't normally do that, but like I would support that because, like, the fact that he has played him for 5 years, like, there's a certain kind of growth and understanding of him when you go on to play him in a different medium. Like, in a sense that it's like, okay, well, you've been Bruce for so long that you can play Batman in a certain way that would be genuine because you spent so much time with a character versus someone that just comes on and they're new to it. Like, you've literally been playing him for 5 years, minus the costume, more or less. And he actually reads a lot of Batman comic books, too, which also helps. So I'm like, you got 5 years experience, and you got the knowledge, too? I don't see why. I mean, the only thing that he would have to do is, like, he would have to put on, like, some more muscle and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he can easily get trained. I mean, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
So...
And that's a good question to, like, Perry, because I'm kind of thinking it like, where am I going to, like, all right, so overall, I love the series. You know I did. Like, I was sucked in the beginning, and I was like, why haven't I been watching this from the first,
That's what I was telling you. I'm like, man.
And I was sucked in, even though there was some lulls in there for me. I loved it so much that that's what I said. I'm going to mourn it. I'm sad that it's over. Like,
wait, what did Perry say?
But that's what Perry asked, though, if you saw the second teaser trailer for Pennyworth, because they're making the Alfred Pennyworth show on the DC series.
Hey, I want to hear your thoughts, and I'll say mine because I have a feeling they're going to be different. But go ahead.
I think, like, first of all, the teaser trailers, I feel like they ain't showing us nothing. I'm like, they're showing us this, they're not even trailers, they're just like 30 seconds, here's a 30-second, this is coming, here's 30 seconds, so they ain't showing hardly nothing. The concept, I think too, because Gotham's going off, that I'm like, oh, maybe this can fill my life, maybe this Pennyworth show can fill a little void that I'm going to feel with Gotham, but they are not showing me enough, like, and I like the concept. I would love to see a show like about Alfred, because Alfred's pretty, and it seems like when Alfred's training, and then don't they show like Wayne, like he's like met what is his name, Thomas Wayne, right? So it's like it works up to that. So I'm like, I like that concept. I just don't think they showed me enough, but I'm kind of excited about it because I want it to fill a void. All right.
Now, what do you think I have to say about it before I say it? Like, what do you think I'm going to say?
Well, now the way you're acting, I think I would have guessed that you would like it or you're excited about it. But the way you're acting now, I'm feeling like, well, maybe he ain't.
Hey, well, I'll tell you this. I saw both the trailers,
Uh-huh.
and there was a couple of short clips that were also presented as trailers, but they had like a couple different little scenes.
Oh, I didn't see those. I only saw the 2 teaser trailers.
And it was like each one was like 30 seconds to a minute.
Okay.
It was very short.
Okay.
It wasn't like too long. I didn't like any of it.
Really? See, on the trailers, when I saw the teasers, 30 seconds, I was like, all right, yeah, but I did start worrying. I'm like, they're not showing as much. Does this mean it's going to be bad? I did start worrying about it. I was like, they're not really showing much.
Funny enough, I was wrong. I thought we would be different on that, but we're actually the same. So I was wrong.
But I hope it's good. Like, I'm excited about it. From what I see, I can't determine if I'm going to like it or not, but I am worried. So it's like, I think it could be good, but they're not showing me enough.
I guess that would be the slight difference. Because I feel like you and me, we right here on this, right, Amanda? But the slight difference would be that I can't, at this point, I'm not worried. Like, because what I'm thinking is,
you're already convinced it's not going to be good.
Well, not so much that, but it's like, from what they showed us, like, with me, because it's DC.
Yeah.
And whenever it's DC or Marvel, they're like, I'm automatically going to watch it, no matter what, right? However, there is a difference between me watching it by default, because it is what it is, versus me being really excited about it, right? So, because the stuff they showed us has been so brief, I'm waiting for like a fuller trailer, right? And from that, I'll go, okay, this only amplifies of me not being excited, but I'll still watch it. Or it could be like, you should have showed this at first, and then I wouldn't feel like this.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you do this first?
Yeah.
Because when it comes to trailers or clips, you never get a second time to make a first impression. You never get that again. Because a lot of individuals, they're not going to necessarily watch trailer 2 and 3 and 59 like you and I would do. People, they just watch the one, and they only know about the one. And if that turns them away,
well, you know me, Terrance, you know me. Up. I will watch the first episode, but you know me, I will abandon it in a second if they can't keep my interest. You know I would, Terrance. You know I would. I'd be like, oh no. If they can't keep my interest, oh no.
I tell you what, when they drop a more complete trailer, I'll see what you think about it, and then I'll share my thoughts. And you know I'm gonna watch it, right? You're gonna watch it. At least check out the first episode. So for whatever reason, if when you watch it, if you're not feeling it after one episode, maybe try 2. But if not, then what I'll do is I'll watch it, and then I'll let you know. Like, cause I'm gonna finish it, so like I'll let you know, like,
if it's worth, keep going. You'll let me know if it's worth to, like, all right, third, fourth, like, you got to get past those, kind of power through them, because the end's really, all right, that's a deal. That's a deal.
I'll let you know. So I'll be like, Amanda, you were right to drop out. Or I'm like, Amanda, you missing out. Like,
all right, that's a deal.
What happened?
That's a deal.
I don't know, but.
All right, y'all, we got to go, though. I got to go. Got to do my other show. But this was a good chat.
Oh, absolutely.
I was excited.
Oh, so next week, since there's no more Gotham, we should discuss Endgame. I think that's what we should do. Because Endgame...
I gotta wait till then! I gotta wait!
Well, I mean... Well, did you want to... We could do it Monday, I guess. Like, if you want to do it sooner.
But then we would have to come up with a Friday thing anyway, right?
True, because, then we would have to...
I was thinking about, I wasn't sure, though, if I was going to discuss it on my Wednesday. Like, when you know how my regular thing I do Wednesday night for just me? But I could even talk about it twice. I wouldn't care. It's just like on the show, like if I'm already giving my thoughts, but then bring in Terrance, you know?
I was thinking this. What about if on Wednesday you kind of just do like a regular
Oh,
discussion,
like
and then on
ask me
Friday,
anything! Ask Amanda
right?
anything! I
What
could.
if you save like the spoilery discussion for when we do it to
I
give people a
could.
little bit more time?
I
Like,
could.
how do you feel?
Well, it's hard for me not to talk about. I'll probably still talk about spoily stuff a little bit, but
Okay.
I'm good for that. I'm good. Maybe I'll make it like just a general. We talk about different stuff, and I will talk about it a little bit, but I'll live for like the in-depth discussion. That might be because Terrance, I would like to see it again also before I talk about it. Like
I've already seen it twice.
Oh, I just seen it. I saw it Monday night at the premiere because now, like, I didn't buy early tickets or nothing, you know, and they've been.
Amanda, like I'm telling you right now, like when I watched it in IMAX 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Now bear in mind, like, because you've been to IMAX movies,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Oh, they make me.
looks and sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so and then you've been to like just a standard 3D, right?
Yeah.
Now, have you been to like a IMAX 3D movie, like where they're both combined?
Terrance, I have, like, but I try not to because they make me sick. Too much motion like this kind of stuff I get motion sickness. I can do regular 3D, but when it's like so big, I will start getting, especially with all the movements it had.
Right. Oh, well, now that you say that, then I probably wouldn't recommend it to you per se, but
I want to see it again.
I'm only mentioning it.
Do you think it's worth, because when I saw it, it was not 3D. Do you think it's worth me seeing 3D? Is what you're saying? I could do a regular 3D.
Well, I mean, here's the thing though, like, there's something about IMAX and 3D combined that really made it work in a way to where I feel like maybe 3D by itself won't have that same umph to it.
Oh, okay.
Because the whole quality of the IMAX mixed with the 3D is really what made it just, oh crap.
Yeah.
You know?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But I don't want you to get sick though.
But
so
no,
maybe...
I can do regular 3D all right. Which is what I'm saying. Now you have me wondering, because then you know 3D is expensive. So maybe it's even more expensive.
I paid $20 American dollars for it.
See, and then I'll have to bring like the family, and that adds up.
Crap. Wait, so let's see. If you were to do IMAX 3D, that'd be 20 for you, 20 for your husband, and your 2 kids.
Well, they'll probably the kids get like a discount, right? Because it's like a child ticket.
That's okay. That's true. So
maybe like still $70.
Right, be 65 plus.
So would you say it's worth it then for that much?
And then do they get popcorn and drinks
too? We sneaking in
like
snacks. No, Terrance, we sneak in snacks in my purse. I'll be like, y'all better load up my purse.
Man, I will tell you the story about my friend, right? The one where he got, a hot dog, a soda, and some popcorn. He was in debt for the next 3 years.
No, we don't do that.
He wasn't in debt, but it was so expensive that it didn't make no sense. I was like, the money that you paid for that one hot dog, we can go down to Wiener Schnitzel right now and
we don't do that.
hot dogs for that much.
Terrance, I will even go. I'll be like, because they'll be like, I want this. Like, I'm hungry. I'll be like, we'll stop at Taco Bell and I'll stick some tacos even up in my pocket. You can eat them in the movies.
Oh my. Okay,
don't think I haven't done it, Terrance. Don't think I haven't done it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. Let somebody come up in there with some Taco Bell. I'll be like, when did they start bringing that? Because, like, if you're going to put me in some debt, like, at least, you're telling me it's going to be some Taco Bell, some Jack in the Box or something like that, like, I'm down.
And then you all hear me up in the theater, like the bags, I'm trying to be all quiet.
Open. I don't think I snuck Taco Bell in. Like, let me think, because
you ain't doing it right, Terrance. If you never snuck some Taco Bell up in there.
No, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think so. I know I took like some burgers from Jack in the Box and Carl's Jr.
You didn't even get a Jack in the Box taco?
No, they were burgers most of the time, and then one time my friend, he straight up had some pasta, Amanda, like with the cheese and Amanda, I'm talking about like you like when you have it in the plastic container with the fork, Amanda.
You
like
can't, you can't have soup up in the theater. Like they brought some.
Amanda, I am not playing. Like he had it, he can't like he put it because like you know like when you got the pasta when it's the right way, it won't spill out. Like he had the lid.
Terrance.
I'm telling you, man, he tucked it under his armpit in his jacket. And then as soon as we sat down, he just unzipped it and pulled it out of
Don't boy, you stop playing! Don't boy, stop playing! Talking about he had a T-bone steak in his salad. Don't boy, you stop playing!
Amanda, but you know what made that bad though? Because it was still warm. When he took the lid off, the whole theater was smelling like pasta, Amanda. Like it was like, yeah. You know what though, Amanda? We weren't mad at him. We were like, hey, we'll be going in debt and buying theater stuff. But I'm just like, no.
Oh, all right. We gotta wrap it up for real. We gotta go. I'm late now. I'm late. So next week we got a plan, y'all. Me and Terrance ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Fridays. And remember, I'll get on and tell a time, but remember, that's a suggested time. We never on time, except that one time.
Wait, you say that you only seen Endgame once?
Once. But I'm going to try to see it again. I want to see it again before we go. Like, I definitely want to see it again, because there is so much.
Yeah, I think really you, like, 2 times is good to try to soak everything in.
Yeah, I got to see it again. All right? So next week, y'all. Until then,